For this tutorial, we're going to talk about how graphics work in Flash and how they differ from graphics in something like Adobe Photoshop. So graphics in Flash are what we call vector graphics, and what that means is vector graphics are defined mathematically. In Photoshop, the graphics are defined by pixels. So there's a fairly major difference, and it can be illustrated by drawing basically the same thing in both programs, and we're going to have a look. So I've created a folder. I have the paintbrush tool, and I'm going to just draw a smooth arc. Now I'm going to open Photoshop, and I'm going to do something very similar. I've intentionally used a low-resolution Photoshop file so it just emphasizes this point. If I zoom in on this line, we're going to be able to see the pixels. We can already see them quite clearly. In Flash, however, if I do the same thing and I zoom in on this line that I drew, I don't see any pixels. And this is the main difference between vector graphics, without getting too technical, and pixel graphics, or sometimes called raster. The other major advantage of vector graphics is that I can manipulate the image after I've drawn it. So in this case, when I put my mouse over this line, I can pull and manipulate the graphic that I've already created. This is something that I certainly can't do in Photoshop. So I can change the shape, I can change the angles, I can move things around just by simply pulling on the lines that I've already drawn. So this makes drawing a little more interesting in Flash. I can do things maybe a little more quickly in Flash than in Photoshop. It's just a different way of working. That's a brief introduction to graphics in Flash, and hopefully illustrates the difference between vector graphics and pixel graphics. Thanks for watching.